You all can totally blame Sean for how long that took, by the way.
You mean like starting it?
Audio listeners won't understand, but there's been some people in the chat room just being like, is it still loading for anybody else?
I was like, how long has it been? Like 8 minutes? I postponed us 8 minutes.
That's a long time when I went live, though. Because had I known that you were going to leave, I would have just not put us live right away.
Oh, well. You gotta get everyone like psyched. You gotta get the hype levels up before I show up.
Is that what that is?
That's true.
I need a certain level of hype before I enter the room.
That's true. It is in your contract, so.
Yeah, that's true. That and like a full pizza in my dressing room before every show.
There's pizza upstairs. I kind of want some right now.
I'm ordering pizza tonight.
I was just told about the concept of a pizza party where everyone brings like a unique or their favorite pizza to the party.
That's a not bad idea. I like that.
That is not a bad idea, yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone shares at the end of the night. Just, please take home some pizza or leave it. I will finish that pizza. Don't worry.
Sure.
That or like a burger party, and everyone brings like special things they like to have on burgers, or special types of burgers, I guess, maybe as well.
You had me at burgers.
Burgers are great.
I love burgers. They're great. John, where do you stand on burgers?
I like burgers a lot. There was this custom burger place in Hamilton called The Works that we ate at pretty much every night we were there.
Oh,
it was great.
What's good about The Works?
They have like all these ridiculous custom burgers. They're one of those places where you can like get craft dinner mixed into your burger and stuff like that.
So it's like Tubby Dog?
But for burgers, yeah.
That's pretty cool. What's better, burgers or hot dogs?
For me, burgers.
Probably burgers. Probably burgers.
But why burgers?
Just because there's more to it.
Well,
I feel like you can add more to a burger and it'll work better than adding more to a hot dog.
Well, I've had some pretty loaded hot dogs that were pretty good, but I don't know what it is, honestly. Sure, yeah, I've been to Tubby Dog as well.
Yeah.
Last time I went to Tubby Dog, the whole place was rented out for like an event. That was when I was up there last, and I was gonna show my girlfriend. I'm like, hey, we're in Calgary. Let's go to Tubby Dog because you need to see what this is about. Got her all excited, and we get there. The whole place has been rented out for the evening for some event.
Yep. That happened to us. Me and John were hanging out, and we were gonna meet up with some other people, and we're like, oh, let's all go to Tubby Dog. And there was like some emo band there apparently that rented out Tubby Dog when we were going, so we were told like,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, they seem to have that problem a lot where they'll just rent out their whole shop for random people.
I mean, they do concerts all the time.
That's true.
Like, that's a regular thing at Tubby Dog. So,
but I mean, I'm assuming if there's a concert, you can still go in there and order. Like,
no,
is it? Oh, is it just like they have like a head count? Like you need to have had tickets or something.
Yeah, it's fire code, right?
Yeah.
You can't have that many people in the building.
But Tubby Dog has like an outdoor ordering station.
That's true.
Was that still closed? Because it was for me.
Yes, because the band would have been inside, and they wouldn't have room for it.
Oh, so they weren't doing any food.
I think they were doing it for like whoever rented that area out, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tubby Dog is a small place though. That would be a really cramped show, but it's probably for a small band.
Yeah. Or just like a few people that play together every now and then on weekends.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. Yeah. One day I will return to Tubby Dog. I've only ever been there twice.
Yeah.
But I definitely got the A-bomb. That's the one to do it, right? That's
sure.
That's the best one.
I've only been there once, just because I don't ever make the trek down that area. So.
Okay. Did you get the A-bomb?
No, I can't remember what I got. I got some double dog bacon, bunch of shit everywhere mess. So
yeah,
that sounds almost like
usually Tubby Dog turns into a mess.
Yeah.
Was there a fried egg on top as well?
No.
I know the A-bomb has that.
No. I'm not a big person when it comes to fried eggs on like meat products. I don't really like that stuff.
No, if If I see a burger and it's got a fried egg on it, I'm most likely ordering that.
All right, fair enough.
So good. So good. You get the yolk drizzling down. Oh,
That's the
so
part I
good.
hate. I don't know why. It just doesn't
it.
seem to mix in my mind.
That and like guacamole. I love those on burgers.
Yeah, I grew out of love for avocado after a really, really bad Subway sandwich at a PAX, actually, that I was at, because there's Subways fucking everywhere at PAX West or Prime or whatever. So I remember getting a sub, and they're like, try our new avocado sub. And then it just, there's so much avocado on it. It was so gross.
Okay. I mean, I like avocado. Okay, so then you both, what are your go-to, what would you love on a burger? If you see it, you're like, I'm ordering that one.
Mushroom. Every
Bacon,
time.
mushroom. Wow.
Yep.
Bacon, that's so standard.
Bacon's pretty
All right.
standard.
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork's
there you
a good
go.
one.
That's a crazy answer. Holy smokes.
That's a good answer.
Is that a burger or is it a pulled pork sandwich with some beef in it?
You can get both. It's good.
No,
Good combination.
I'm with you. I'm just saying, like, rhetorical question. Like, that's a great answer.
Schrodinger's sandwich.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't know what it is until it's in your stomach. I guess that's how the cat one went as well, right? It was about eating.
Yeah,
cat.
you eat the cat, and that's how you
Right.
know if it's alive or dead.
I thought
Yep.
so. On that note, top-down perspective
Yep.
is the name of this podcast that you're
Right.
currently listening to.
Yay.
So sorry.
Yeah.
All three of us are here. Hooray! John,
Yeah.
Sean, and Paul.
Hi.
It's August 18th.
It's true.
I'm sorry,
It
I'm
is.
yawning.
You know what that means?
No,
It's a Thursday. That's what it means.
it is
It's
Thursday.
It's a Thursday episode. Woo!
It's a classic.
That's Paul. Play the Thursday sound.
It's Thursday.
Which one is that? Is that played?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, John. What
I'm
are you
not.
playing?
I'm not replaying it. So
Okay. I wanted to see if you had like anything else. I wanted to see what was gonna happen.
for next time, I'm just gonna pull a bunch of like wow sound effects or something.
just like drop
Yeah.
whistles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If we want to go like stupid morning live
Like,
radio
yeah,
show,
radio
we can
DJ.
totally do that.
Drop a bomb on it.
Yeah.
What have you been playing? That's the new thing. I'm gonna grab that.
You know,
There you go. He's
that
got-
just
got a
means
plan.
that everybody that listens now has to send us stupid samples or that we
Oh,
can
God.
use as bumpers.
Oh, God, here we go.
It's actually a bad idea.
Someone asked that exact thing last week if
Oh,
they
yeah.
can do that. Yeah,
Sure.
they wanted to send in like Tim Allen grunts. I think it was.
Yep, that sounds right.
Just the grunts? All right. Why not?
That's what this. We were like, I guess I don't know. I have to talk
Sure.
to Paul about that.
Yeah, sure.
John, you've been selected. What have you been playing?
I have been selected. I'm still playing Overwatch. I'm still enjoying Overwatch.
Nice.
So
I'm-
good.
So I'm
So good.
29 now.
I think that's Pat. No, I'm at 32. So you're almost at
Okay.
me.
I'm still trying to get that damn McCree skin before it goes away.
You have a few days left.
I know, but not much.
Or is it just all Olympics?
The Olympics. one.
22nd. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man. You white
Show
whale.
up. I was so conflicted last night because I got a loot box where I had 4 different colors. I had the gold, I had the purple, and I had the blue. And the gold was money.
How much money was it?
500.
Yeah, it's 500.
That was good,
It's
but I was
gold
just like,
best?
I should
No,
have
wait,
the skin.
purple. There's purple, right?
What?
No, purple is a
gold's the
lower
best.
tier.
Gold is the best. So that's
Is
the
there-
highest amount of money you can get.
Purples
there
are
only 3 colors?
epics, golds are legendary. Legendary's better than epic.
Okay. Okay, so gold is the best. All right.
On the plus side, I guess I got the scarecrow skin for Junkrat, so at least I got something cool.
That's
Nice.
I got that a couple weeks ago. That's the Junkrat skin I wear. That's a great skin.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a really cool skin.
But damn it, I want American McCree.
It's pretty good.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
I will learn McCree for that. Yeah,
He's
I'm
a
enjoying.
good character.
I'm enjoying that. Otherwise, last night I decided to do a round 1 stream, which is where I try to take on a game till completion, and I took on Battletoads.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Because we had streamed it last week, and I did pretty good after having not played it for like months. So I was like, you know what, maybe this is the time. It was not the time.
Right.
We did 3 runs of the game, and 2 of the 3 times I got to the last stage, but died. I think the first time I got there with 2 lives left. The second time I got there with no lives left, and the third time I got to the second last stage with all my continues intact, and then never got past that stage.
Great.
Wow.
So, yeah, still got to work on Battletoads.
What were you playing it on?
I was playing my physical copy with an NES controller on my Retron 5.
DRT?
No.
How was Cleaner Winner?
Not bad, honestly. My thumb was getting tired. Like,
Sure.
I cleared Klinger Winger a bunch of times, but then I died to the disco ball.
Oh, yeah. At the very
remember,
end, that
you clear
sucks.
the stage, and then you
have a
the
boss fight. Yeah. Yep.
Which is stupid.
Why don't you just play like the rare replay version?
That's a good question.
I mean, that's not a bad plan, but I've got the game, so I'm like, why
Then
not?
you get some sweet achievements.
That's true.
What achievements are even on there for Battletoads? I don't even remember. I think one of them is the Infinite Turbo Tunnel thing.
I don't know. I think every one of those games had like at least 3 or something.
Yeah, I think it was 5 for ones that weren't Xbox 360 games.
Okay,
I think.
maybe, yeah. Because I think the 360 ones had all the full achievements. Because it was just a copy of that game.
Right. Makes sense.
You should, for your next time, what are these called? These are called round 1s or something?
So, like, next time I play it again, it'll be round 2 versus Battletoads, and so on until we beat it.
Okay, your next round 1, you should play to completion Viva Pinata.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
How long would that even take?
Took me about 50 hours to get all the achievements.
To completion, John.
Ugh.
Gotta get that Rorio. You gotta make like a really crazy tree for something.
That's true. You have to do that.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a commitment. But Viva Pinata is so good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd stream myself playing Viva Pinata. Maybe I'll just like play it for fun.
That's fair.
That's a great idea. It's a good idea.
Other than that, we played after we did 3 runs of that, and my hand got a little tired. Basically, I got NES thumb last night.
Yeah.
Decided to do a quick fortune cookie round, and Sonic 3 and Knuckles won. But Puppet Master in our chat pointed out a version of the game called Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles. So we played Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles last night.
I saw a picture of this on the internet today, and I thought it was a joke. So what is this game?
Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles is Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but every character is Knuckles. So Sonic is Knuckles, Tails is Knuckles, Knuckles is still Knuckles, Dr. Robotnik is Knuckles.
You have been using the word Knuckles far too many times, and that is not a word in my brain anymore.
I was going to say,
it's just a sound now.
Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles.
Is it good?
We broke it.
It already sounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
we did like the gumball mini game in Sonic 3 where like you're bouncing on walls and you have to like hit the lever to drop gumballs and their power ups.
I don't think I played much of 3. I played a lot of 1 and 2.
Yeah, we got an extra life in that, and that actually killed the sound, so it sounded like someone was flatlining instead of anything else.
Okay.
So then we had to restart it, and then we just started like stage hopping.
Huh.
So like we jumped to like the end of the game, and there's supposed to be a part where like a hypersonic is flying through space, but instead it's just Knuckles sparkling and running.
Great.
Okay. So then we just beat the game. It was very silly, but it was pretty cool.
Wait, it's not hypersonic; it's supersonic. Because it's hyper shadow.
No, Supersonic can go hypersonic if you get both sets of the Chaos Emeralds in that game.
What?
Yeah, if Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the lock-on cart.
Okay.
So you plug Sonic 3 into into Sonic and Knuckles, then you have Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Okay. And that version lets you get 2 sets of Chaos Emeralds, and if you do that, you become hypersonic.
What's the difference?
He's sparklier.
Is he still gold, or does he change?
Yeah,
from color?
it's like Super Saiyan 1 versus Super Saiyan 2. There's like no difference.
That's not true. If we're going to talk about Dragon Ball lore here.
Oh, here we
saying.
go.
Tell me about the Dragon Ball lore.
Oh, here we go.
Just saying. That's a different podcast, though.
Yeah.
All right.
But I don't want to talk about Sonic that much, so
That's fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, and one of the last things the chat's reminding me, there's a sound in Sonic 3 of someone going "Go," that is mixed into like one of the songs in the whole game, and someone took that song and took that sample and mixed into every single song in the game.
Great.
So like the Invincibility song had someone keep saying "Go, go, go." The Drowning song had someone saying "Go, go, go." It was pretty funny.
Great. All right.
That's good.
That's a stupid video game thing.
That's exactly what it was, and it was exactly what we needed after 3 hours of Battletoads.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So that was all I played.
All right. Paul, you haven't been here for 2 weeks.
I haven't.
So what were the last 2 weeks like in video game land?
So the 1 week, like I've been working mornings, and that's almost over, thankfully. So I haven't been playing a lot of games like during the day or after work because I'm exhausted, and I went away for the weekend to visit my mom. So it's been kind of a lot of handheld gaming. So I played a bunch of 3DS stuff, nothing really worth talking about, like some more Monster Hunter a little bit here and there, except Reigns is
so good.
It's so fucking good. So
Reigns is
Friday,
super
I think.
funny.
Friday, I think, is when I got it and was playing it, and I was just like, this is ridiculous. So I just started tweeting a bunch of random shit that happens in that game. And
right, which is actually so we talked about this last week because I played it last week.
Okay.
But like I said last week, your tweeting told me now it was out on mobile because it's been out on PC for a little bit, I believe.
Sure.
So I picked it up as well.
Yeah, okay. So do I have to explain what Reigns is, or did you guys do that last week when you talked about it?
We can do a quick rundown. Why not?
Yeah, so what Reigns is basically almost like a choose your own adventure story told in like cards. And there's like
Tinder?
Sure, yeah. So you swipe like left or right, and depending what is happening, you have different responses. They're usually like a yes or a no, or
it's a binary choice.
They're mostly always yes or no. And if they're not, it's just like a story thing that doesn't really affect anything. But what the mechanic is that you have 4 different things you have to keep care of. You have to keep care of your people, the church or religion or whatever. What the hell else is there? There's like a money sign one, like your finances. And what's the last one?
The military.
The military, yeah. So when the bar fills up completely, you die. When it empties completely, you die for differing reasons. Basically, you're trying to make sure that nobody has more power than you. So if the church has more power, they'll kill you as like a martyr for like giving them so much power that they can reign over you, sort of thing. If your money bar fills up, the people that excuse me, the people that own the land now are essentially like the merchants and whatnot. It becomes kind of an oligarchy where the people, like, I don't know, man, it's weird. You don't have any power anymore because money has all the power, and money is like the merchants basically take over. The military is obvious. When they get too much power, they stage a coup against you.
I like when you lose all the money.
Yeah.
Everyone just leaves the kingdom, and you're left governing pigeons.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. The game is funny. Like, it's subtly really funny.
Yeah. The thing I like about it is that there's a bunch of things you can unlock. Like, there's a bunch of different death scenes, essentially, or like failure states, and you kind of unlock them like cutscenes almost, but not really, because they're like a picture and a description of what's happening. There's different people you meet that you kind of unlock as well, and they'll unlock a whole bunch of other cards that you can play when they're like around. Yeah, that's a cool little game, and for like $3.50 or something super cheap, like, it's a great deal. I don't know about getting that and sitting at like my computer and playing it on Steam necessarily, although you can because it's out on Steam, but I really liked it as just like a thing I would do in like my breaks at work or whatever. Just see like how this story pans out. Oh, now I died.
What's your high score?
43 years.
Wow. Yeah, I'm 34.
Okay. You get you have to get 40 to get like elder achievement or something.
Okay.
Is there a happy ending to this game?
Yes, there are a few. Kind of.
Okay.
Wait, there's actual ends?
Well, okay, so what happens is it goes up to the year 2016 when we live. So when you get to 2016, it just resets back to year 0 and you start over again. Essentially.
Right.
So you can just keep unlocking stuff. But no, there's not really an end, but like some of the ways you quote unquote die are happy endings. Like for example, like it's not really spoilery, but because my king lived so long, like he died of old age, so he died happy and people loved him. Like that's a great ending.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything like that. It's someone's always killing me, or the kingdom just leaves me.
Okay, I have to know, what is the quickest you've died?
Like I was about to say, I had a string of like some really short ones. I can't remember the exact number, but it might have been like 4 or 5 years.
I've died in 0 years. I've died on the first thing.
How did that happen?
I'm trying to remember. I think I went into a dungeon and I just got lost right away. I stepped on a trap or something.
I've had the dungeon one a few times. I guess if you get the dungeon card first, then that could happen. Because time like stops and you keep playing in the dungeon, but years don't progress once you're in there. So that makes sense. But I had like 4 in a row where I was dying in like 4 or 5 years, and I had some kind of, how you can get like little perks in the bottom right.
Yeah.
I had one of them that was just draining me, and I can't remember why, but it hung on each time. So I think it was like your money's going to decrease every time or something.
Oh.
Maybe it was the plague, actually.
The plague happened a lot for a while there, I found.
Yeah. Or no, what it was the crusade.
The crusade. Yeah.
And so I can't remember. I think it's either your military or your people go down like every turn, no matter what you do.
Right.
Unless you bump them up, but it's constantly falling. So I lost for a while, but again, you can stop the crusade at some point, which is good.
Right.
I like when at one point you meet like a witch, and one of the perks you get is you can't understand people.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, if you can make it like 15 years, you'll get something. And I've never been able to make it because someone will come up and they just start talking nonsense. Like the letters are just scrambled. And sometimes you can kind of make out what they're asking because the words are a little close, but you can maybe get like 10% of what they're trying to say. And then you need to like give them an answer. I usually always die at that point.
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
You get that when you get the old age thing as well. It's kind of like how the plague works or whatever, where it's just in the bottom right corner, like a thing that's afflicting you or whatever.
Yep.
When you get old age, you get senile and you can't understand people. Kind of funny.
Right. No, it's a good game. I like the game a lot. It's fun.
It's really good. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I played N++.
Ooh.
How's
so that is N again.
Yeah.
Like more N, I should say.
That's good, right?
Good to know.
Yeah. So
I love N+ so much.
That game already in beta seems like it has like 1,000 levels, maybe. Like it doesn't seem like it'll ever end, especially because that game will have, it didn't have it active yet, but it will have support for people to make their own levels.
So you said beta, so you're playing the PC version?
PC.
That's been out on
Yeah.
PlayStation since like last year, I want to say.
Yeah,
Really?
that sounds right.
Yeah,
it's been out for about a year.
A while ago.
N++ has been out for a while?
It had an exclusivity on PlayStation 4.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's N. Like as I was playing it, yeah, it's fine. As I was playing it, I realized I just like Meat Boy better. Like I don't like the floatiness of N as much. I like the weightiness of like when you're playing Meat Boy specifically, how you actually drop.
I think the trade-off is that N has multiplayer while Meat Boy doesn't.
Yes,
so.
that's right. Yep. So
Had some good times with N+ multiplayer, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna save this one for a second and talk about Rune of the Reckless, which I just got done playing. Actually, I was playing it before I came on here. This game is out on Kickstarter now. Like, they started a Kickstarter for it today, but they gave me a preview build to check out, and I did. And that game is real cool so far. For like an alpha, it's a totally working product with some bugs here and there, but of course there are. It is a game that plays a lot like Nuclear Throne, but melee. If that makes any sense. Like, there's swarms of enemies.
Cool.
There's swarms of enemies that'll like come up to you, or like you'll have to survive and like kill to get through to the next level. But all of your weaponry are like sword slashes or like a gauntlet punch and stuff like that. You do have spells that take up that do some ranged attacks, but they take a while to charge up. So while you charge them up, you could be attacked by something running up to you, that sort of thing. It's very melee focused and a focus on like shit just attacking you in mass. But the cool thing is that they're taking into account how that works, and there's little mechanics in there, like if you hit an enemy into another enemy, they'll both get dazed for a second and pushed back. So like if you're good at the game, you can chain it so like you'll basically never get hit, or you can be an idiot like me and just jump in the middle of battle and die right away, because it's super fun to do that. Sometimes it pays off, and when it does, it's badass, but most of the time it doesn't. There's different power-ups and different spells you can get, like fireballs and lightning and all that sort of stuff. I actually talked to the developers while I was playing it a little bit, and they were telling me about some other cool stuff that is later in the game. That sounds really cool. I think the thing I liked about it over like Enter the Gungeon and Nuclear Throne, even though it plays like those games, is that it's obvious they love those games and it plays very much like them. However, they focus, like Binding of Isaac does, more on synergies. So they have items that stack together and make you like a super powerful just entity in this world, in the way that Enter the Gungeon and Nuclear Throne never really do. Like, there's a little bit of synergy here and there, especially in Nuclear Throne. But for those games primarily, if you find the weapon or whatever, or the power-up, you're going to take it because that'll help you win alone, and then everything on top is gravy. And something like Binding of Isaac on your good runs or whatever, it's kind of a mixture of good and weird items that like have this synergy that just make you an unstoppable force, and they kind of went with that design mentality more so than the other one, where there's like one powerful weapon that you should always pick up, which is cool. I like that, and I think they're going in a good direction with it. The only thing I would have to say against it right now is that it's not technically a fully polished game, right? Like, it's a proof of concept that works, and I was able to play it for a couple hours, and that was fun. The music in it's great, but like, there's not, I don't think, enough in there. There's some animations that seem to be missing. Some of the different upgrades, I think, could stand to use, like, to have different little icons there, because all of the weapon upgrades all look like a sword, so you don't actually know what upgrade it is until you walk up to it and you see the text that pops up, what type of upgrade it is, and all the orbs and so on. So there's a lot that they can work on to make it better, but for right now, pretty good. I'm excited to see what comes from it, and I really, really hope they get funded, because some of the stuff they were saying they want to add sounds really cool. Different characters, different challenge modes, a whole bunch more.
Is it like a Kickstarter right now or something?
The Kickstarter actually just started today. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're at like 1,200 out of 10,000 already, so it's not bad. But
sure,
I hope it gets fun. Like, I guess I'll just say I'm probably just gonna fund at the base level to get the game for cheap, because their basic like $10 tier is get a copy of the game, and I think their game is gonna be like about $15, maybe a little bit more when it comes out. So,
all right. Wait, I thought you don't have the game, or you have like a
I have a preview build.
The demo that the actual thing has.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Okay. Let's talk about No Man's Sky.
All right. Tell me about No Man's Sky.
John, you played this as well. Yeah.
Yep.
I want to know what you think.
Because we know that you don't like it.
It's not that I don't like it. It's that I'm mad that it's not more. But anyways, we'll get into that. What do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna preface this with I haven't really played any survival games before this.
Okay.
So I'm having a good time.
Sure. Okay. Fair enough.
I'm enjoying it. I feel like that's a pretty key part is the no survival games before this, because I have the feeling that if you're familiar with this genre, it might be quite lacking. But to me, everything's just kind of new, and again, so yeah, I'm enjoying it, and it's odd considering I usually like narrative focused, like pretty linear games. This doesn't really have a lot of that, but no, I'm still just enjoying myself. It's a great podcasting game.
It does seem like a super laid back game. I've been wanting to get it, but I don't know if I want to pay $80 in Canada for it.
No, it's
I don't want to pay
on
$80 for
PC.
any
It's
video
like
game.
60. I paid $66.
Yeah, but for the
for it.
PC, I've heard the PC port kind of runs like hot garbage right now.
That's yeah. That's another problem we can talk about in a second.
So
here.
I'm playing the PlayStation 4 version and runs fine. Has the terrible draw in.
Yeah, the pop in.
Not really a bug, but pop in.
It's
and
really
just
fucking
stuff
bad.
So I'll get it a lot with gold, or
Sure.
when you or platinum. You know how they look like the same thing off in the distance. It's like a big gold blob kind of that you can mine.
Yeah,
if I get far away enough from it, it'll appear like it's there again. Even though I mined it to the ground.
Yeah, that's
so
happened a
I'll be
few
like,
times.
wait, is that a new one? Cool. Or at one point I thought wow, does it actually spawn back? So I ran back
and then
over
it disappears.
there, and halfway through it disappears, and I was just
Oh
what?
my god.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there's
yeah.
weird. It's weird caching. I don't know what that problem is, but yeah, the pop-in's kind of odd and strange.
Yeah.
When you're flying into a planet and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're on the planet, it's pretty fine.
Yeah, it's not bad.
When you're just running around, I don't think I've had any weird textures or pop-ins when I'm on the ground or anything like that.
No, the
Just when
pop-in
I'm flying above it.
The pop-in is definitely when you're above it, and it's I don't know what it is. It's not even the classic pop-in that you would see in Skyrim. It's this weird distorted pop-in that I don't think I've ever seen before in a video game. It's kind of weird, but on the plus side, it pops in quickly.
I'm kind of just getting a lot of
yes,
kind of texture pop-in, you'll see on some old Unreal Engine games. I'm thinking like a Gears 2 when the level's loading and it does the models.
Just
and then
Unreal Engine issues in general. That was always Unreal Engine.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of a lot of that when I fly down. Is you'll get some weird patterns, and it's that's not natural. Oh wait, now they look like trees. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. I think it's just boring. That's just a boring game. Because every planet you go to, there's no real reason to change planets because it's kind of the same with a different filter on top, a different color for every planet. You're kind of doing the same thing, mining plutonium and Thamium 9, I think, for your boosters, and iron for I can tell you the exact things you need to do basic shit in that game because you're just mining it forever. And there's a lot of it. I think that's another thing that annoys me, not to get too off track, but the survival elements are kind of just more of an annoyance. Oh, I'm going to stop trekking around in this cave to find some plutonium to make my life support go up now. Not that it's hard. It's just stopping me from doing a thing. There's no real oh god, I gotta find this or I'm not gonna survive moments, which a lot of other survival games have been very good at doing, where it feels you need this item to survive and then you find it and there's a wave of relief. So it feels in those games that you're actually doing something, and in this game it feels you're just filling a meter and it stops you while you're exploring and looking at the pretty colors. I think that's my problem with how the game plays, let alone this game was obviously built for PlayStation, for console, so the UI on PC is fucking garbage.
They gave them money, yeah.
Yeah.
The UI is straight out of Destiny.
Yeah. It's garbage
which
on
is something
PC.
to notice. Okay,
So,
that sucks.
Yeah. It just doesn't feel intuitive. just basic stuff that they could have added, like clicking and dragging to like stack things aren't there. You have to like hold down the mouse every time you want to confirm a thing you're doing for like a second. So there's a second delay on like everything. It's weird. Like it was obviously just made for a controller.
Well, I mean, on the controller as well, you still have to hold it down when you're wanting to like craft anything to like fill up the bar.
Oh, really?
Or to discard stuff like that. Yeah, you have to hold it down for sure.
Weird.
But yeah, not being able to stack things is kind of annoying. Like it's like a weird Animal Crossing inventory issue. But you can increase your inventory slots, although I haven't yet. I would love to find some more backpack stuff.
I'll tell you the problem with that, though, is that your inventory slots are also where you put upgrades. So it's like it's a little hard to explain, but say like you have a ship, right? And you have 10 inventory slots. Now, those inventory slots you can fill up with 10, I don't know, plutonium stacks of 200 each. But now you don't have your boosters. So you got to put your boosters on. Now you have 9 slots to put stuff on. If you want photon cannons, now you have 8 slots. Like, so the slots for your upgrades are being shared with your slots for storage, and I fucking hate that a lot.
Well, I mean, ideally, like, so get a bit like a bigger ship, and you can do that.
I have.
You can purchase any ship you find.
It's
which
true.
Is definitely cool. Or when you find like a crashed ship, that's pretty fun.
It's really weird that you can just walk up to any alien ship and just be like, yo, I'm gonna buy this from you. And they're like, yeah, all right.
Yeah. What is clearly just like a delivery man or something. And he's like, how much does your ship cost?
Yeah, that's strange. There's little things that really bug me that a lot of games do, but it's no better in this one. I'll just give you an example. Basically, everything is done in text. And a part that would have looked cool was also just done in text. Like, you go to these different relics or whatever, it says a bunch of lore or story stuff, and then it gives you sometimes an option, like, do you want to, like, put your hand in it or whatever, or are you going to leave it alone? So I decided to put my hand on it, and then it gives me some more text saying a bunch of, like, it just melts into this weird, like, molten gelatinous thing and, like, covers you, and you take damage. Like, I would have liked to have seen that somehow. I don't like when cool things are just done through text, and this whole game, all the cool things are done through text. That bugs me. That's
one cool thing about the text, though, is I find is the language stuff where you'll learn like one word at a time, and so if you go talk to an alien, he'll just be talking in his like native tongue, but then the words you've learned will peek through, so you can start beginning to decipher like what is he actually wanting from me.
Didn't like Final Fantasy X do something like that with the Al-Bhed language?
The Al-Bhed language, yeah, you picked up primers. Yep, it's the exact same thing.
Cool.
As that. Yep. No, it's really cool, and that's the type of things I wanted more of from this game, where the tedium that I go through has a real impact on how I play it, when really it all just seems to be shoot this plant for carbon so you can fill up your life meter a little bit more, or your life support meter, and then you can like keep going. Every building seems pretty similar. I don't know.
That's true.
The problem I'm running into is the same thing I had with Mass Effect 1, where it's like you have like 500 planets you can go to, and there's like 2, and they are kind of the same when you're in your Mako, and then you go into a building and it's the same layout, like it's a bunker layout, it's like a stronghold layout, like it's always one of 3 layouts or something. That's kind of the feeling I get from this game as well.
Right. I'd say like this game has a really cool first impression. Like everything you do for the first time is awesome. Where it'll be like, hey, there's a distress call, and then you fly to like an unmanned facility, and the whole inside is covered in like a weird algae because you're like some shit just went down, and you're just kind of totally looking around and scavenging. But you'll run into that like 5 times or whatever, or like it's a lot of kind of repeating stuff. So what a lot of people have been saying, and I agree with, is it kind of just feels like an early access game. Yeah, like they just need to kind of fill it out more. And at the moment, I'm okay with that because I'm not racing to the center of the galaxy. I'm going pretty slowly. So if they add stuff down the road, like I'm all for that.
Do you know, like I looked it up, do you know what happens when you get to the end of the galaxy or whatever? The center?
I did not look it up.
Okay. Take your time. You're fine.
That bad, huh? That bad.
Take your time.
That's depressing to hear.
Yeah, no, you're totally right.
Upload planets. I named a planet Butts.
Okay.
And then, to be fair, I did that once, and then I stopped naming them because I can't think of a clever name every single time.
I'm with you.
I upload something.
Butts was the maximum of clever there.
That was all my clever. I used it all up.
Right,
but the thing is every single thing you find, you can scan and upload and rename if you want. Like every plant, every like rock almost, and even the most creative won't come up with something. So eventually, I just start calling. I named another planet. This planet sucks because there wasn't anything really on there.
Great. All right.
I don't know, but
you're totally
I like
right,
aliens.
though.
That stuff's great.
It does start you off on a really, really good first impression. Like, it definitely puts its right foot forward in that respect. It's a beautiful looking game. You jump in and like everything's new and like, oh, this is so awesome. And then like 5 or 6 hours have passed and you're just like, that was cool. Then you jump back into it later and then you go to another planet. You're like, yeah, I want to have that experience again on a different planet. And it's like, oh, I kind of recognize that midsection of that alien. Like, it's almost like they built, like, they have just set features for different aliens and they just kind of throw them together.
So, yeah, of course that'd be the case.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but they could do it well, like Spore.
I'm sure they have a spreadsheet, and it's just like, here are the 8 things this planet's going to have.
It's no excuse when Spore did that years ago well, and this game does it haphazardly, though.
Did Spore do it well? Because most people
did it better than this.
Spore.
Yeah, it did it better than this. I think the aliens in this game look like fucking trash, like the actual animals.
I think they look okay.
No, they are stupid looking.
That is out. And like my next question for you, Paul, is how's like the trajectory for the different planets for you? Because for me, it's been real bad. The first planet, it was all yellow. It was cool. There was like some big aliens and stuff. Also, it had like toxic air, so I had an additional thing to worry about. And then the next like 6 planets have all just been barren wastelands, no aliens, like no grass, and I'm just like, damn, like I want to see these cool like red forests I keep seeing everyone finding and all these cool looking aliens. But I had that one planet that was trying to kill me, and then I have a bunch of rocks. Yeah, a bunch of rocks with a whole bunch of water, and my guy can't hold his breath for that long, so I can't even like explore the depths that much.
I've definitely found more rocks than anything else, but the planet I started on was Canada. Essentially, it was snowy. There were trees around, like so.
That's why I haven't had anything snowy.
It didn't give me the best first impression because I was like, oh crap, it's just outside the video game. But yeah, no, like when I started traveling around a bit more, there's a lot of just rock planets that I found. I guess moons apparently are probably just rocks as well.
I haven't been to any moons yet. I've seen some moons that have like stuff going on, like atmospheres and whatnot.
Sure. Yeah.
Like online. I haven't seen them, but yeah, I'm just looking for that next good looking planet because I'm tired of gray rocks.
Yeah, fair enough. And that's what this game does well, is that it looks really, really nice.
I thought you were going to say it does rocks real well.
It does rocks real well. That's not even true because texture popping can be a problem even on some of the rocks. So whatever.
But again, even with all these errors, I'm still enjoying it. I haven't played it for probably as many hours as you have, so I'm not fatigued yet.
Fair enough.
But again, good podcasting game.
Yep,
and it's really cool taking off from one planet and like flying into another one, all kind of pretty, apart from the texture popping, all pretty seamless, like no loading screens or anything.
Yeah.
So that's fun. And I still think every time I enter a new planet, I'm just always super curious, like what's going to be here? What is there going to be some aliens? Is there going to be like horrible storms? Like what is this planet about? So I'm still enjoying exploring around.
I just kind of want to keep learning the language, if anything else, but I uninstalled it, so whatever. I'm done.
Okay. All right. Okay. John, you think you're gonna?
I want to get it, but like everyone's like saying like, don't pay $80 for it. It's like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5.
I'll tell you,
don't pay that much for it.
What I played so far, if I had bought that for $20 to $30, I would have been like, yeah, that's about $20 to $30 for me. Like, and then they'll add more
the response
DLC.
has been around like the $30 range has been like where to grab No Man's Sky.
And then I would feel okay with DLC being added to, like, pay
So supposedly
more.
the DLC is free, is what I heard. I don't know if that's actually true.
I'm not sure.
I haven't looked into it. I don't know.
Me neither.
Paul has it on Steam though. You could just play his copy.
That's true.
That is
You can
also
do
true.
that.
I can test it to see if it runs well, and if it does, and make my decision there.
Yep.
Okay, so that's everything for you.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, the remaining stuff for me. So I talked about not being able to play Batman last week.
Yeah.
I played it this week on the Xbox One.
And
It's just kind of like meh. I mean, it's fine. I'm just kind of tired of Telltale.
Just kind of meh for Batman is so bad. I hate that.
I mean, in the sense of it's exactly one of those games again. This time it's Batman themed. So if you feel like you want to play some Telltale games and you're in that mood, this one's fine.
Is it better than Tales from the Borderlands? Because if I'm only going to play one Telltale game before I get fatigued again, which one should it be?
No, Tales from the Borderlands.
That one? Yeah, okay.
That's like the high bar. That's probably like
Okay.
the best one they've done.
Okay.
Walking Dead season 1 as well.
That's their high bar.
I've heard that
Tales
from
from
a lot
Borderlands
of
is
people,
great.
actually. Yeah.
I mean, I heard it's really good.
Yeah,
But
that's a great one. That
just
one and
seems
Walking
weird.
Dead season 1.
the one that they
That's
probably
true.
have the least work on, because I'm sure they had writers from the series,
Maybe-
maybe the one that people consider the best.
Maybe that's why
Maybe.
it's the high bar. Just saying.
So this also came out last week. Uno.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay.
Guys, Uno's great. Who doesn't like Uno?
Did you turn your cam on so you can chat with the other people you're playing with?
So that's the problem with this version of Uno.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You can only do voice and video chat with people on your friends list.
All lame.
Because people were sending like fucking pictures of their dick to people.
I was going to
during,
say,
like, the Xbox
oh,
Live
man, no more random dicks. Damn.
I'm gonna say, yeah, that was the best thing about Uno on 360. Is you just watching
just
some
really
dude.
wanted those pictures of someone's dick. All right, there's
just
websites
watching-
for that, Sean.
You were just
You can just go to
playing
websites
Uno,
for that.
and that guy was getting like super high right on camera, and yeah, probably taking his clothes off, and you were like, "This is crazy! Look at this webcam! Look at this webcam!"
There is a voyeuristic thing about that I always liked as well. Just like seeing who's on the other end of the table, essentially, playing this card game with you.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want dick pics, add me on Snapchat, fam. Snapchat, fam.
Well, I mean, Uno 360, like you got to see, that was like one of the first few games that had the vision camera, so you got to just see like crazy stuff, and you're like, look at this camera working.
So
it would
good.
just be nice if I had the option to play with voice or video for anyone, but
Sure.
I don't even. It's just friends, and I doubt any of my friends are going to buy Uno.
Oh, did you ever play Super Fight? That computerized version that they released a couple weeks ago.
No, I bought the card game and played that.
That defaults to your webcam and audio being on, so you can jump into games with random people with their webcam on, the way you used to
There you
with
go.
Uno.
Cool.
God.
It's scary, though. It's really scary.
It
These
just-
do not
it just
encourage his
kinda reminds
voyeuristic
me-
tendencies.
The
It
internet
just
is a
reminds me
different
of when,
place.
What was that PlayStation camera game that was at launch? Do you know what I'm
Game
talking
Room?
about?
Or not Game Room. Actually, maybe I think it was called Game Room.
No,
Playroom. Playroom.
maybe.
Playroom.
And they had one of them was designed to be like a talk show kind of thing, or something like that, and a little robot would like walk around. And then I just remember seeing all these reports of like people just keep having sex on these
Yeah.
this game and streaming it,
Yeah.
and that stuff's hilarious.
Yeah,
So,
I
I
agree
mean,
with you. I'm a
yeah.
big fan
Yeah.
of people randomly streaming them having sex with a robot hanging around sometimes.
Right? Like they're just having sex, and this robot's just in the corner, and you're supposed to be playing with the robot and doing stuff with the robot, but you got your own stuff going on. Anyway.
Hey, John, this is what
so
you
Uno-
should be doing.
Uh-huh. Yep, that sounds like it.
I haven't been able to play online, period. I don't know why it won't connect me to anyone.
Weird. Okay. That's a weird way to end talking about Uno.
So I'm hoping I can play Uno with a
Yeah.
human, because I'm getting real tired of those AIs. Specifically, AI Luna is a fucking bitch. God, I did the stupidest thing. So I was like, there's an achievement for like putting on some house rules. If you win 3 games with house rules, there's an achievement. And I was like, okay. And I put house rules for the way I play Uno, because the default was a little different than how I grew up playing Uno.
Sure.
So I put it to the way I was used to. One of them though was instead of drawing one card when you can't play and then the turn passes, you keep drawing until you have a card that you can play.
Right.
And that's the worst idea I've ever had, because I'll be at like Uno, and then a second later I got 18 fucking cards. So this one game lasted like 45 minutes. And so not only was that pissing me off, but Luna just keeps dropping the pick up 2 cards. And like,
I don't know why it's getting me.
Getting my turn, and it was always her. It was always fucking Luna. Anyway, so
okay,
I was just getting pissed at Uno last night. Absolutely, I wanted to go to bed, but I wanted to fucking finish that game. Anyway, I did, and I won, and I got like 2 different achievements, so that was cool. But anyway, Uno's out now.
Yeah, you sound
like
really
$10.
excited about it.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Oh my god.
That's all I've been playing.
I haven't laughed that hard for a while.
That was
good
good.
lord. That was good.
That was good.
Yep. We do some news?
That sounds good.
Breaking news. Video games were announced because Gamescom is running right now.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Metal Gear Survives.
Metal Gear
Did you guys
Survive.
watch the-
It's Survive, isn't it? It's just Metal Gear Survive, and like the V is larger, so it's showing it's a spin-off of Metal Gear Solid 5.
I know. I was saying, hey, Metal Gear Survives as in Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah.
I was trying to transition cleverly. Thanks. Way to pick up on that, John.
But I mean, from the way the internet has taken this news, has it? Really?
Yeah.
Guys watched the trailer.
No, not yet, actually.
Yes, I have.
Okay. John, what did you think?
I probably shouldn't have watched it since I guess it spoils the ending of Metal Gear Solid 5, but I also kind of knew that was going to be the ending of Metal Gear Solid 5, I guess. Yeah, it's weird.
It's like a zombie game now, I guess.
The concept of it sounds cool, a stealth-based zombie survival game.
Sure.
Co-op zombie survival, but God knows people are not going to be playing that game stealthily.
It
Well,
looks
That's
like
not how that's going to work in
Resident
co-op.
Evil 5.
Yeah. Okay.
To be fair, I love how over the top Resident Evil 5 was.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just saying. I was looking at it, and it's just kind of like, okay, it's a zombie game now, and then everything was like yellow, kind of. So.
Okay.
I'm trying to be cautiously optimistic, but I just don't care.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Kojima's not a part of it. It's a zombie game now. I'm just like, nah. But I'm trying to just be like, hey, we'll see what it's like.
And Konami's trying so hard to win back people. Like, it kind of makes me not care about them at all.
Maybe what they're saying is, hey, we're trying to get some new fans. We're trying to get the zombie fans. And for people that like Metal Gear Solid, we got this pachinko machine over here for you.
Yeah.
Some pachinko.
Please
You wanna
buy
see
our
some high-res
pachinko
Metal Gear
machines.
Solid 3 cutscenes. Buy this pachinko.
I kind of want to see those. Yeah, I kind of want to play
Those will
it.
be online. Give it enough time. They'll be all
true.
online.
I mean, you've seen those cutscenes. I doubt they changed them for the pachinko edition. But yeah, you could play some pachinko while watching Metal Gear Solid 3.
I mean, you do have like 3 hours of cutscene total, probably in a few parts. So why not? Might as well play some pachinko.
Okay, so John, your thumbs up. You looking forward to Metal Gear Survive?
Cautiously optimistic. The concept sounds cool, but without Kojima, it'll probably be a train wreck. Or who knows? Maybe this will be a Metal Gear Rising, and it'll be like surprisingly good.
That was a cool game. Yeah, maybe. I'm gonna
That
say
game
I'm a
was
thumbs down.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You need to see the trailer.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
care.
you should watch the trailer.
I will, but I can tell you already, Konami doing something with Kojima with Metal Gear on it, I'm not interested at all.
And it's already got a release date of next year, by the way. It's scheduled for next year.
Yeah, I'll watch it after.
There's a new Overwatch map announced.
Yep.
Forget what it's called. Eichenwald
or whatever. Yeah.
It's a castle, yeah.
It's in Germany. Looks like a cool place. I want to play more Overwatch, so I'm always for that.
Sure. Yeah, I agree.
It looks like it's a payload one.
It's apparently it's a mix of payload and assault. So you move a battering ram into a castle, you destroy the castle door, and then you go capture the ruins of a great knight, kind of like Reinhardt.
Okay.
So apparently it's already on the public test server, from what people are saying.
Right.
Oh, cool! I didn't know that.
I believe it is. I know the new animations are. I think the new map is, or it will be very soon.
I don't think the map is. I would have probably seen that on Twitter. I would have probably seen some.
Yeah,
GIFs.
maybe I'm wrong. Then maybe it's just the new animations are.
I've been seeing a lot of animations of people sitting down.
Yeah,
you can
the
sit
sitting
down
animations.
now.
Diva has one where she's like live streaming and playing a game while eating Doritos and Mountain Dew.
Makes sense.
Seen that? Yeah, I saw that one. I saw just like Tracer sitting down on a capture point. So that was interesting. Anyway, there's some Overwatch stuff.
I'm getting confirmation it is not on the test server yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kenmar knows what he's talking about with that game, so I trust his opinion on that.
And so we talked about it a little bit a week or two ago. Pokemon Uranium, much like Metroid 2, was pulled down.
Yep. Apparently, this game was actually a bit of a clusterfuck. Everyone I've heard who's played it has hated it.
Well, I thought I was hearing good things.
I was at first, and then like a bunch of people I know did playthroughs, and all I saw after that was constant bitching. So.
Okay. Oh, that's a bummer.
But yeah, not shocked it went down. Just surprised it went down slower than Metroid 2 Remake did. Because Metroid 2 Remake was up for what, a day, and then it got taken down?
Yeah, maybe a day and a half.
Uranium was up for like a week and a half.
Yeah, 1.5 million downloads apparently.
AM2R was down within at least a day and a half. It was real short.
Okay.
People should play that though. It's real good.
Yeah, that is, if you can find a copy of it, it's good.
Yep.
That's really all the news I had. I didn't see much come out of Gamescom really.
Yo, Dead by Daylight has a new killer. What? No? All right then.
It's actually Jason this time.
No, it's a nurse.
Oh.
Nurse Jason.
Nurse Jason. Yep. She teleports.
She's actually
it could be a male nurse. There's male nurses out there.
Yeah, but this one is not.
Your sexist agenda onto this show, Paul.
Where else am I going to bring it?
And I don't care, but not on this show.
Yo, why are you sticking up for men so much? You don't like women, Sean?
I love women. I love all the women.
This is the stupidest conversation we've had.
Tumblr in action. Here we go. Let's move on right now. Dead by Daylight, yeah, no, they added an asylum map. So that's cool. Nurse that blinks or whatever they call it, she teleports like a short distance in front of her and she can go through walls because of it, which is kind of scary.
So Tracer meets
sounds creepy.
Nightcrawler.
Sure. Okay. I'm down with that.
That's kind of like Nightcrawler.
Yeah, that too. I mean, there's a bunch of different...
Tracer meets Nightcrawler.
Because Tracer's the girl?
Yeah.
Because Tracer fucking teleports, she blinks, you asshole!
Oh, I get it.
This podcast's over. I was going to start playing the outro, but then I realized the outro takes like 10 seconds to really start getting loud. So I was just like, nah, fuck it. Joke's gone on too long. But yeah, I guess that's it for news.
All right, time to move on to emails then. Hang on, I'm getting a fax.
Yeah, all right.
Sean, if you want to send in questions, where do they write into?
topdownperspective@gmail.com, at TDP Podcast on Twitter, Facebook group, Reddit, subreddit, John's P.O. Box.
Sweet. First one comes to us from, all right, this is a voicemail apparently. This one's from Sombrero Mustache.
Sombrero Mustache, you are setting the tone for any voicemails ever to come, so this better be fucking good. That's all I'm saying.
Hello, Mr. Top-Down Perspectives.
It's too loud.
In regards to the Metroid 2 fan remake being cease and desisted by Nintendo, and of course, Metroid Federation Force being released later this year, if Nintendo were to make another Metroid game, how would you want them to approach it? A 2D ones like the Game Boy and SNES, or a 3D like the Metro Studios ones? Or, maybe just another Other M clone, because we need that, of course.
I didn't completely hate Other M.
Yeah, I don't hate
it,
it,
but I didn't
either.
completely hate it.
Yeah, I agree with you both, actually.
The only
2D.
thing I hated about Other M was aiming at the fucking screen to fire a missile.
I think I would prefer a 2D one.
2D, 100%.
2D.
Unanimous.
Just do one more 2D one. That's even all you need to do. Then you can just stick with Prime.
Yeah. All right.
Cool.
I'm going to
What
count
about
that as
another
me
Federation
reading an
Force?
email, by the way.
Okay.
What?
I'm going to count
say,
that
what
as
about
me
another-
reading an email.
All right, I got this. Oh god, this one's so long. Okay. I got this next one, I guess. Theodore says, I haven't read any of these. You grabbed all these. Since there was some talk about another Metroid 2 remake last week, I wanted to clear a couple of things up. The DMCA claim is actually a lot less restrictive than you might think, since all it means is that the sites hosting the game are required to take the files down. It does not mean Dr. M664 cannot continue work on the game. No C&D has been issued at the time of writing. In fact, the only thing really hindered by a DMCA takedown, in this case, is distributing updates to fix bugs and balancing issues. From his latest blog post, what about the future? I'll continue improving and fixing AM2R privately. How will updates be released, if at all? I'm still working on it. So all is not lost for the game, though it does make things a little trickier going forward. Then he links to a post about that, which we can put in the chat.
Yeah, I can do that.
Thanks. But all that said, how about an actual question? What's your favorite Pokemon type?
Wow.
And what's your
Left
least
field.
favorite? My favorite is water, and my least favorite is poison.
Okay.
Sorry for laughing. That just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere, for sure. Favorite's fire. Least favorite is normal, probably.
Oh, yeah. Who likes normal?
Like, if you consider
Yeah,
that a type, I guess, which you should, but...
I mean, it is, because it has weaknesses and strengths.
But it's not a type because it's normal. Like, it's weird. Yeah, anyway.
Favorite is electric. Least favorite is probably normal.
My favorite is psychic.
Psychic's really good, too. Yeah.
Psychic's cool.
Psychic's real
Least
cool.
favorite... I mean, I was probably gonna think of something else, but yeah, normal just sucks. Whose favorite Pokemon is normal? What's a cool Pokemon that's normal?
Eevee.
I bet I'd prefer the evolution every time. I would take any
get-
evolution over Eevee.
But you can't get the rest of Eevee without normal Eevee. That's the thing.
That's true. You gotta wade through that. You gotta suffer with an
True.
Eevee.
True.
Oh, people are saying slacking is cool.
Slacking and
Slacking is
Dunsparce.
cool.
Dunsparce. Yeah, all right. That's the answer.
Snorlax, that's a fair one.
Snorlax
a
is
fair
pretty dope.
Oh, Zangoose. Zangoose is a cool Pokemon. What type was? I'm thinking it's probably dark. That like it was kind of like in the same area that Zangooses were. It was like a cat thing. Like it was a quadruped that had like a black section on its face. I'm sure someone in the chat knows what I'm talking about. I don't know if that was normal.
Yeah.
All right, John, you have the next one?
All right.
The next... Oh, man.
Next
Holy
one comes
shit.
from... Oh, my God. Yeah, it's another set of 6. This one comes from Thomas.
Absol. That's the Pokemon I'm talking about, and it's dark. Thank you.
Thomas writes in and says, note, this was sent for the August 5th edition of the podcast, but they didn't get read for some reason. Another person sent it on the 12th having the same problem, and Sean immediately shifted the blame to Paul. Either way, here are some questions. Interesting.
Okay.
Starting off with Sean and co. How hype are you for the new Professor Layton game?
That's solely for Sean.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that. I'm super excited for more Layton. Lady Layton.
Professor Ladyton.
I'm pretty sure it's just called Lady Layton.
Is this just for phones by the looks of it?
No, this is a 3DS game. We talked about this weeks ago, guys.
I think I wasn't here for this episode.
No, it's true. We did talk about it. At least, Sean, I
weren't.
remember it. Yeah, you might not have been here.
Yeah, Lady Layton. I'm looking forward to that. There's a trailer out.
You might have been at Con Bravo, actually.
That's probably
where you were. Yeah, it's like his daughter, I believe. So anyway, super excited. More Layton. It doesn't come for a while though. We're not gonna get it till like next fall or something.
Right.
All right. Question 2. Do you think that after the flop of the Vita, which is still beating the Wii U in worldwide sales, surprisingly, Sony will never release another portable console, or will they throw their hat in the ring once more?
Ooh.
I think this is going to be the last time they do a handheld, honestly.
I tend to agree, I think. Yeah.
I think they're going to focus on VR for a while. It'll be a long time before they do another handheld.
For sure.
Yeah, because even did they sell off their mobile market? I forget what Sony did, if they sold off their mobile division. Because I was going to say they were going to try to do another push for mobile, but I mean, that Sony PlayStation for phone thing did not work out at all.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it won't be anytime soon, I don't think. I can't see them doing it.
All right. Question 3 to John. When your practical video game museum, as Sean puts it, comes to fruition, would you consider creating a traveling one that goes with you to various conventions, assuming you travel luck does not apply? Or potentially merging with the National Video Game Museum, maybe make a Patreon to get the finances necessary?
John, I'm just picturing you with this wagon. Like, come up one and one and all. Look at the mini Wii. Never like purchased in Canada.
Snake oil.
Yeah.
Can't even say it.
Come look at the freaks. Look at this Canadian mini Wii.
You like the N-Gauge? I got 10 of them.
I don't have a single N-Gauge, so.
One for each game. You should do this.
I feel like you already have a traveling museum. Don't you usually travel with like a sack full of games?
Their own controllers is like hinging on that, like the teeters on that. But I don't know. Setting up a Patreon for that, maybe, because God knows I would need the extra money to pull something like that off. But then again, if I was getting a Patreon literally just to buy more games to do a traveling show, I'd kind of be okay with that. I don't think I could convince people to.
What would that show even be like? And the next thing, it's another obscure game.
The other problem is like, I wouldn't. They eventually just run out of things to show off. And the other thing is, there's already groups that kind of do this at conventions. Like PAX always has a mini museum. MagFest has a retro computer museum now and stuff like that.
The other big problem,
maybe not a new ground.
Maybe you just need to first start your own video game convention, then you can run the mini museum inside of it, and that's the end goal.
There you go.
Proton Con. Yeah.
Proton Con.
John Con on its way.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Proton Con. Oh god, that is too good to not be a thing. Quickly register the Twitter account right now.
I can.
Right
that's probably already gone.
Right now.
Probably already gone. I'm typing it in right now.
Anyway, while we wait.
Oh,
Is it gone?
It doesn't exist.
You gotta get that.
Oh my god, I'm not making the Twitter account.
Dude, you gotta get it and just squat on it. Otherwise, someone else is trying to get that right now.
One of the TD peeps right now is totally doing it.
Paying this dude like $5,000 for that Twitter account.
True. You are gonna pay him $5,000.
You gotta get the URL. You gotta get the Twitter account.
Yep. You gotta get the email address on Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, on every email site.
Jesus.
Or just set it up so it's like mail at protoncon.com.
Yeah. Anyway.
John, you're still on this.
Right. I forgot it was like 6 parts. Part 4. What's your choice of home-cooked meal when you're the chef for the night? My choice is to just call and order pizza.
That's the worst.
No, okay, honestly, like
Yeah, what's the best thing you can cook if you're trying to be like, I'm gonna treat myself?
Reese honestly taught me how to make it just kind of like a crock pot
Toast?
style food. So I take like chicken breasts and mix it in with like some sauce, and then add some rice and just some other stuff to it. It tastes real good.
Yeah.
What are you still laughing at?
I'm just like, crock pot. It's like put it in the thing and wait. Like you don't do anything to it.
Yo, you got to prepare that meat properly though, otherwise it's just dry garbage.
That's true. You gotta use the sauce.
You got to get a marinade, maybe a nice rub going, some garlic, maybe put some stuff around it so it stews properly.
Brushes, one of those like
sure
meat brushes.
Meat brushes.
Sure.
Let's see. Nothing super fancy for me. Maybe like an omelet, or I make tacos pretty regularly. Tacos are fun because you can just kind of throw anything into the taco mix. Anything that's kind of getting close to, I gotta eat this soon. Just put tons of onion in it. Why not?
Yeah. Definitely rice with like meat of some sort, like maybe a baked chicken or some like beef or something. Like a rice bowl sort of thing.
All right.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah. Super easy too.
Kind of just combining my two things. I haven't done this for a while. I used to make like a breakfast scramble thing where like the taco mix, you just make scrambled eggs and you just put stuff in it.
Yep.
You know, you just put a bunch of hash browns in there or a bunch of like peppers. Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
All right. Question number 5. Is the Canada Post strike still happening? It doesn't look like it. They decided on delaying it from early July to early August, but they haven't said anything since. John's P.O. Box needs to stay a viable option for sending mail. I picked up stuff from the P.O. Box recently, so it's still currently running. I haven't heard anything about it since. But...
Me neither. Mail still gets picked up from the area I work every night, so it's moving.
I finally got the Yeti shirts I ordered from SGDQ in yesterday.
Cool.
So I'm wearing one of them today. So
cool.
And finally, Paul and Co. Are there any good spiritual successors to the earlier Resident Evils? Side note: would have been cool if the Game Boy Color version of Resident Evil 1 actually released, or meh.
Meh. You don't need that.
Yeah, it's a super inferior version. It's more like it's like technically impressive that they almost pulled it off.
That they even tried, honestly.
Yeah.
It took some balls to even try that, but yeah, meh. Especially since Deadly Silence or Resident Evil DS is available, which is that game on DS. So yeah, it doesn't matter if that ever comes out. Spiritual successors to earlier Resident Evils, like earlier as in spiritual successors back then, like older games that you could play that are like that, or newer games that are spiritual successors.
I think they're looking for like a game now,
like survival horror,
capturing the first Resident Evil
more like
games,
newer to classic style Resident Evil.
That's
or just
hard...
any games that capture it. Like maybe he's played through all the original ones and he's like, I want more of this specific kind of thing.
That's a hard ask.
Problem is, a lot of Capcom stuff was kind of like that.
What you're gonna want to do,
early Silent Hills were kind of like that.
Yeah, what you're gonna want to do if you like survival horror stuff is go through your Silent Hills, get Siren, go through that, see how you feel about that. Rule of Rose, you could try out, see if you like that. Clock Tower,
Deadly Premonition.
Deadly Premonition is a thing you should do anyway.
It's a good game.
You should just play that. It's not a good horror game, but it's a good game.
It's a great horror game. That dude has an axe. You gotta hide in a locker.
You're right. You're right.
Yep, I know.
Also, Clock Tower games are...
Yep.
If you go 3 specifically, like if
3
you
and
like...
Haunting Ground really are just like the spiritual successors in a way.
Yep. Yeah, Rule of Rose not to be confused with Rumble Roses, although if you have the opportunity, pick both up. Why the hell not? Treat yourself.
Rule of Rose is rare now because it was an Atlas released.
People are saying Parasite Eve. I don't recommend Parasite Eve as a successor.
That's not a horror game. That's not a horror game.
Like if you're saying I like Resident Evil Parasite Eve doesn't come to mind because that's like just a good RPG.
Yeah.
And it's not really survival horror-y at all. What else do we have?
Someone said Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark, the
Problem
New
is,
Nightmare
Alone in the Dark
specifically.
progressively got worse.
Yeah,
Like
get New Nightmare.
The
The PS1 version. Just get that.
Yeah, because like the Wii 360 PS3 one apparently like super sucked.
The plus
And I heard
side
there
to
was
that
another-
game,
I heard there was another reboot of that coming like real soon.
I think it's out actually. I remember somebody
Oh.
talking about that.
I remember Pro Jared shitting on it. That's about it.
All right, fair enough. Fatal
All right,
Frame
I'm
isn't
gonna do a
bad.
question.
Also, Onimusha is definitely a great choice. It's not really horror-ish, but it is basically Resident Evil in medieval Japan with demons. So,
Okay, I'm gonna do the next question. It's one
Yep.
from the chat. I just don't want to lose it.
okay.
Spy Gadget asks, "How do you avoid the incentive to buy stuff at conventions that seem like good deals?"
I
By
keep
not having the money for them.
I keep a certain amount of money on me, like in cash, and
Like a limit.
I decide that I could get this or I could eat supper tonight. Like, I just keep a limit as to what I carry, and when it's gone, it's gone.
It's a really good idea.
Credit cards are the worst idea. If you go to a convention, you will go broke.
Can
Done.
contest.
Yeah. But now you could put your house up for a second mortgage at least to buy more
Oh,
games.
great. That's exactly what I want to do. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, I think
We'll start Twitter, I guess. So the Mirror Knight, at the Mirror Knight, I should say, writes in and says, "A video game art book you would like to have? Question mark. Doesn't matter if it exists or not."
I forget if there's an art book that details like the early development of like Super Mario Brothers or Donkey Kong. I would like something like that.
That would be cool.
Or
Like
like,
what
like
they-
early Nintendo history, yeah.
Like what they showed when they were doing like the video stuff for Mario Maker, of them just
Yeah.
like hanging out and like showing the old drawings and like tape,
the graph paper. they
graph
had.
paper
Yeah.
for stuff.
And I don't even
Yeah.
mean like the little mini book they technically added with Mario Maker. I mean like straight up a proper like coffee table book on it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm with you.
Most of the ones coming to mind, I'm sure they have it. Like, there's got to be a
Yep.
Mass Effect one.
There is.
Yep.
There's multiple. There's one giant
Yeah.
one that's really cool, actually.
Yeah, and like anything Bungie, they just have like great skyboxes and areas. But there's got to be at least 40 Halo art books
Sure.
out there.
There's one for every game, I'm pretty sure.
And they all come with a helmet that you can wear. Because why not?
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what you need when you want a book, right? Is a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
wanna
so you
sit
can
up-
read. It's got a built-in reading lamp
Yep.
in it.
That's
There
right.
you go.
I got a lot of the ones I like. Like there was a 25th anniversary Mega Man one that is fucking rad as hell. So that probably would have been it, but I have that now, so that's good, I guess.
I would like a Katamari one.
Katamari could be cool, yeah.
Yeah. But I want a lot of the pictures to be just like the first game's box art, where it's just like a normal scenario, but in the background there's just a huge Katamari full
Yeah.
of junk.
Sure.
That'd be
Kind-
cool. Yeah.
Especially if it was done like a Where's Waldo of the Katamari and you're just like looking for different shit that's rolled up on this ball. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
cool.
That'd be cool. Or if it was like photorealistic.
Oh God.
That'd be terrifying, but yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I would enjoy that too.
Yeah.
All right, John, you're up.
Is it me? I thought it was Paul again.
Paul just went. That last question was Paul.
Then it's your turn because I read 6 in a row.
I read the
The one from the chat. Never mind.
Yes.
I read
Keon.
6 in a row.
John says, after the debacle that was No Man's Sky on PC, what is the worst game ported to a console or PC? Deadly Premonition was up there.
Deadly Premonition
That
was
was the first-
fucking trash, yeah.
Wait, like the version of it, or are you just saying the game is trash?
The
I'll
PC
fight
version.
you?
The PC
Oh, okay.
version.
I remember
Yeah.
like wasn't Mortal Kombat 10 real bad?
Yeah, well, it still
yeah,
is.
that and Batman Arkham Knight also
Arkham
had
Knight
issues.
was really
Oh
bad.
yeah, Arkham Knight had a whole bunch of. That's true. Yeah, it never got fixed. I remember that. That was a big thing.
What about to console?
Like from PC.
Yeah.
It's usually not an issue the other way around.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just
trying
awkward,
to-
like when it's StarCraft 64. Like it's
I was trying to-
playable, but it's weird.
Yeah, how many
I
games
feel like
are?
that's cheating. That's like
exclusives
if I
and
said
no
I want to
console?
port a Mass Effect, no, the Halo 2600. So the port of Halo to the Atari 2600. I feel like that's cheating at that point.
Are there even that many games that go PC first, then console?
I mean, technically,
Usually
every
now-
game ever starts on PC and then goes to console, but
Yeah.
All right, smart guy. all right, big
true.
boy, you got it. We all get it.
yeah.
XCOM 2 is that scenario though. Is that even
Yeah.
is that out on console yet though, or is that still coming?
No, that's very soon though, I believe.
So, really? Holy shit.
I think we had that discussion like a week or two ago.
Huh.
That it was announced. Yeah, it was a little bit ago that it was announced.
Xbox 2, XCOM 2. I'm looking it up now for when that's coming out.
Mighty Number 9 on Wii U seems pretty crappy. Let me tell you something, super nerd. It's kind of crappy on everything, but yeah, I know where he's coming from. It bricks some people's systems.
September 27th for XCOM, so next month.
Okay. That's a long time. Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get this last question.
Okay.
Ark Sayorin says, if a current video game series could have a bad, cheesy cartoon like Street Fighter or Double Dragon did, which would you pick? Mass Effect?
Uncharted.
Uncharted would be good. That's a good one.
Yeah. There was some fan did like an old cartoon intro for Mass Effect, and I thought that looked so cool. So the Mass
I don't think I
Effect.
ever saw this, but okay.
Yeah. Shepard has like a guitar. Fucking rad.
Nice.
I'm gonna look that up after.
All right.
Does it like Star Wipe from him playing the guitar to like flying in
It's
space?
total like 80s. It's like the type of cartoons intros we would have grown up with.
Oh, so like a
Nice.
Silverhawks or kind of thing?
Yeah,
That's
there
what I'm
you go.
imagining.
Stupid.
What
Oh
other
man, it's good.
series? How about Doom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
It'd be like what they did Conan the Barbarian and Rambo, just like R-rated movies and games just turned into like a kid's cartoon.
Yeah.
Someone straight up just said Overwatch, which
Yeah.
that would be good as a goofy thing. And that just reminds me, that new Bastion animation is pretty good. I saw that today. I recommend watching that. The Star Fox one, people I didn't never watched it, but people seemed into that. That could be like an actual show.
The puppets with the puppets.
No, wasn't
Oh
there
no,
like
it had an actual
anime?
animation. You're right. I forgot
Yeah.
about that. It had.
I mean, hey,
like,
I'd be fine with the puppets one too. That'd be fun too. There's already been a Zelda one. I could just see like a Smash Bros. one.
Yeah. That could be okay. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to take this last question on the chat, actually. Spy Gadget asks again, is Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix worth getting? I have just enough memory on my 3DS for it, which is the main hesitation. Price is not an issue. John, did you ever play that?
No.
Oh, I would recommend it. It's like a collection of a bunch of the greats. So if you missed a couple, this is a good one to get, and it's Rhythm Heaven. Yeah, it's real good.
There was one last question on Twitter that I grabbed just to leave.
okay.
Stone Unturned from Rainclaw 390. What kind of audio setups do you guys have? Pretty generic question. So, John, you start.
I have the headphones on my head,
Nice, me too.
and
Yep.
and that's it. No, I have a laptop with just standard speakers. I don't really go all out for audio anymore. These are Astro A40s. I'm getting these replaced with a latest version of them eventually. Other than that, that's
I'm
pretty
assuming
much
he's
it.
asking like our recording audio stuff.
Yeah, and otherwise, that still works because I said Astro A40. That's my
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just asking. I have a Which one is this? Oh, I have a Blue Yeti mic. Pop screens are real helpful, for sure.
Sure.
Definitely recommend a pop screen.
Sure.
Which are like $8. And then it has a headphone jack, so I just have Apple earbuds in there so I can hear what people are saying.
Cool. I have an M Audio piece of shit that I need to do a bunch of digital wizardry with software to make it sound okay. I don't recommend this mic at all.
It sounds real good, though. Like, of the three of us, your audio always sounds the best when I'm putting it together.
Like, I have to do some crazy fucking taping chords together bullshit over here. I'm MacGyvering this whole
I'm
thing.
just saying, like, it seems like it's worth it because, like, it's coming in great.
Yeah, so I don't recommend this at all.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Headset mic is fucking terrible, so I don't use that ever if I can help it. But other than that, the sound's pretty good. These are SteelSeries Siberia 800s, I think is the number. Something like that. But, yeah.
And then you guys are recording with Audacity, both of you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I record with Audition, just because I like it more.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's the setup. Cool. All right, thanks. Paul, how can people send questions in for next week?
topdownperspective@gmail.com, TDP Podcast on Twitter, Top Down Perspective on Facebook. John has a P.O. box you can send shit to, and don't actually send shit, maybe. You can send in voicemails, but if I'm not here, guess what? They're not going to get played, so there's that. Yeah. That's how. I think I've missed one thing, and I can't remember what it is, but it's probably fine.
Cool. Games of the week. What did I play?
I don't remember either.
Knuckles, Knuckles, and Knuckles.
Mine's No Man's Sky.
Fuck, mine's Reigns.
Reigns is great.
Yeah.
That was mine last week, I think.
Nice.
I don't know. All right. We'll be back next week. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in.
Bye.
See you then.